I am alive, guys. Hold on. Wee. What up, everybody? Welcome back to another D campaign session with your host Reki Wolf. And so when yesterday was a session that we had to cut it short, but what happened was
This,
go ahead.
despite the fact that we still went like 3 hours long.
3 hours long. Yeah. Wait, we did?
Yeah, we ended like around 6 o'clock,
Oh.
which is normally around our ending time, like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Usually that's when we end. So even though it's this is gonna be a short, this is gonna be a short one, it really wasn't short.
Yeah,
so
it was like
we
almost.
could kind of treat this more like a sorry to interrupt, but we could kind of treat this more like, since I won't be available this coming Saturday,
Uh-huh.
we could treat it as a Saturday that we would probably miss.
Yeah.
So for
So
you lucky viewers, you get this episode early.
hell yeah. Alright. So what happened yesterday? Um, Go ahead and bring us up to speed.
All right, Pekra, would you like to do the honors?
I gotta do something right now.
Okay,
Oh.
then I'll take a Figgy side. Uh, well, Figgy and Tamara decided to go about the area a little bit and find a place for them to do some little interrogation work on the tiefling that decided to attack the police station, who we later find out was a person by the name of Akane Hanazawa. I believe that's the name is.
Yep.
Right. So, after making sure she was bound up and secure to make sure she doesn't do any retaliations, while she was still unconscious, we entered Officer Koga's office,
Mm-hmm.
which had been recently been broken into by what we believe was a dark elf with silver hair.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who we know about that description. So, apparently this dark elf decided to try to pop open two boxes, but there was no hope. There was no help with that.
Mm-hmm.
And through some rather convincing suggestions from Tamara,
Mm-hmm.
Figgy decides to pop open the other two boxes, which
Mm-hmm.
is weird. All the Dara really had to do was just pull down the lock,
Mm-hmm.
maybe slap it a little bit, and then you pop it open. He didn't do any of that. I kind of question his lockpicking skills. And inside those boxes was some dirt.
Yeah. All dirt.
It was like filthy, gravel, disgusting dirt. It was like blackmail. It was fraudulence. It was murder hit lists.
Yes. All of it.
So a lot of stuff that made people that make you go, you know what? I don't really trust this Koga person. So eventually, Rohan comes into the room and starts trying to cite some faction gang war nonsense because of course you would. But after the little catfight session, and of course Hanazawa being easily irritated with the fact that the person that she thinks is also responsible, or at least knows where the person is responsible, is just right in front of her face, is having a cat fight in front of her face.
Yeah.
It's like it's time to quell it down and like, all right, let's test Rohan's like actual like alignment to see where her morality is. Because if it's anything less than subpar for what Figgy believes is a upstanding police officer type citizen,
Mm-hmm.
then ropes might be cut and problems might be had.
Mm-hmm.
So decided to show what he got out of the box, explain that someone tried to break into said boxes but never took anything out the box, which everyone believes. And then lays down all the documents detailing all of Koga's shenanigans onto the table.
Mm-hmm.
Not really shocking for Biggie because he already initially read it, but I'm pretty sure shocking others.
Mm-hmm.
And as that was happening, uh, if Pick is still doing things,
Nah, I'm
IRL.
available.
Mm.
Okay, take it away.
Alright. So, meanwhile, what Pig went ahead and did was, after having broken everyone out, including this girl named Sarah,
Mm-hmm.
we managed to meet up back at the front of the building, like
Mm-hmm.
the entrance.
Yeah.
And I went ahead and basically have just been hanging out with these people.
Yeah. And Pick also finds out the name of the orc finally. And
Chico.
they have ties with a Hanazama. Um
Hmm.
and from there they're just hanging out. NPCs were dancing. Some romance was had. A little bit of romance was had. Uh, and your boy Edgar is just chilling on the box, picking at
Yeah, boy
breadcrumbs,
Edgar.
picking at crumbs. Alright. So, let's see. So, going back to Figgy, what are you doing, Figgy, at this moment?
Right. Well, this is all the information that we have here on the table.
Mm-hmm.
It seems that your captain here is a bit on the shady side of things. So,
Hmm.
did you find yourself willing to, work with someone like this continuously, Mr. Rohan?
To be honest, knowing all of this, I would probably, you know, uh, defect from this faction altogether.
Well, defect is a strong thing because it will make you like a public enemy, and we don't really want that. So, might I suggest how I say, a more daring suggestion? How about the reform?
Hmm. Well, I could, but I don't want to get my hands dirty, you know.
I mean, you're gonna get your hands dirty if you decide to defect from the league in general. So either way, some blood will possibly be spilled.
Hmm. Give me a persuasion because she's thinking about it.
That's the 13.
And she looks at you a little bit. I guess I could reform this Crimson Moons.
Right, because the Crimson Moons are in fact the gods of this here city, and the city is rather nice for the short time that I was here. It would be a shame to kind of just abolish this entire thing and leave people without this proper protectors.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, so instead of just abandoning everything, perhaps rewrite the proper examples.
She nods. So, alright.
And I think the first order of business in order for us to do that, if I may be so bold to provide a suggestion, this
Um,
this here Koga
yeah.
would have to be brought to justice. Wouldn't you agree that would be a great start?
Oh, sure. And I'll probably try to, wherever he is, try to find him.
Do you not have any idea where he may have been at this time? Did he mention anything before leaving the fortress in your capable hands?
Mm, let's see. She kind of like thinks a little bit. He went up to Laurelin up in Nicaragua just to deal with some things as well as vacation. So yeah, the city of the elves.
Ah, yes. I imagine that's far up north or something like that.
Yeah, far up north.
Okay, so that is the thing that had to be just dealt with outside of our current realm of possibilities. But we've done what we have come here to do,
Hmm.
and I think it is best that you prepare people understand what is going on.
Right.
Now, I don't think there's anything else in particular notice that we could be thinking of that we could probably be helped with. Oh, right, there is something. Uh, tell me something.
Hmm?
Have you come across a particular man that was wearing a wolf mask and probably a white cloak or something like that?
Mm, no, I have not.
Hmm.
Well,
Okay.
is he some sort of, enemy target or?
Enemy target may potentially be the case. If any case, in any words, we've heard stories that a good portion of your guard has been working with this individual and has been brokering some deals. Whether or not that's with or without Koga's approval, that is, remains to be seen. But either way, we do know that he's headed towards Silent Peak. So just be on guard for that.
Yeah, I've heard about Silent Peak just a few times. Rumors about it being a cursed place, but other than that, why would he want to
Yeah.
go over there?
Uh, Perhaps searching for some sort of special artifact or something like that. I don't know. One of those magical, evil no doer things that we always hear about.
Hmm. Well, I hope he gets apprehended.
We will try our best, but in any case that that doesn't happen, be sure to send the best guys that you can trust over to the peak to help clean up the mess and or contain it.
Got it.
Since it is close to town, we don't want any shenanigans happening that will cause a disturbance, so to speak.
Right.
Also, uh, it was brought to my attention by a colleague of mine that there was also the series of murders that happened earlier today, and it was done with a. Wait a minute.
Hmm?
Hmm.
Where is it?
Figgy would like to do a history check based on the crime of like. You know how earlier Pick was describing the crime where it was on the way over towards the Eisenberg house, but there were some samurais that was suffered from samurai cuts.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
wants to find a way to put two and two together to see that there's no. Is it possible that that Akane might have been also responsible for that?
Yeah. Give me history. Let me.
30-20.
All right. So um, so putting two to two together, you realize that it wasn't Hanazawa. It's more like someone outside of the Crimson Moons. It looks like.
So it wasn't Akane, but it was someone else that was wielding the katana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Um, there was an incident where some of your men has also been attacked by a katana wielding person. Not her.
Hanazawa is like kind of like squinting at Rowan and looking back at Tamara, kind of like trying to read them a lot, like kind of calculating. You can tell too with this.
Mm-hmm. I assure you, it wasn't her. The wounds were slightly different, and apparently it is someone outside of the Crimson Moons. If I remember correctly, Miss Hanazawa, you were part of the Crimson Moons at one point, correct?
I used to, yeah.
And how recently did you defect?
Like 4 months ago.
Mm. So either this person is still in the Crimson Moons, or it was just never involved with the Crimson Moons to begin with. But either way, it's not her. So just keep a lookout for that. There may be a traitor amongst your group that you least suspect.
Rowan kind of like um Rowan rubs her chin a little bit, trying to think. Who would it be? And let me see give me perception to see if you notice anything around. So alrighty,
Yeah,
so
that's 10.
wow. Okay. Shit. Alright. So Figgy, you just notice around you kind of like just all these paperwork and everything, and like desk drawers and everything. There's nothing in particular, that you find or you see.
I don't realize how many drawers desks actually have.
The desk has like about 5 drawers on each side. Kind of like a study desk thing.
Probably got some pencils and some paper, maybe some tobacco pipes and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
maybe some weird ambiguous materials, but I'm not going to look at that.
Right. Okay. So, meanwhile, with Pick, as you're watching the dance and you're chilling with Junko and Edgar, give me a perception really quick. And Jackson, of course.
Yeah, Jackson's just there.
Yeah, Jackson.
Also do a perception roll.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Alright, cool.
Alright. 22. Ah, shit, here we go. Alright.
So I got a 19, Jackson has a 22.
Alright, so both you and Jackson can tell or can see that on the ground there is a wire into the wall.
Can I make an investigation check to figure out what this wire's reason for being here is, or what it does?
Yeah, go ahead and give me investigation. Oh, holy shit, okay. Alright, so you search further, like in the wall, and do you follow it?
I'm gonna tell Jackson to stay here and try communicating with Edgar. Let me go ahead and go to Jackson. Alright, so me and you, we both see this wire, right? I'm gonna go ahead and track it back. Probably gonna send you some signals in case I get some information. I want you to tell Edgar what you know, because Edgar is with the Red who can speak to everyone else. So I tell you, you tell Edgar, tell Edgar to tell Red, and maybe Red tell everyone else.
And Jackson, knowing he's a bird, kind of like does a little like bird quick nod.
So I'll leave Jackson here, and I'll go ahead and follow the rope.
Alright, so you follow the rope, and as you do so, it leads from here to about, you follow it and you go over here, and you see in the corner, it's embedded into the stronghold. As you look further, you can piece out just a tiny bit of kind of like a red bump there.
So it's just a red bump that I can see.
Yeah, that just there's what appears to be kind of like a red bump, and then it's kind of like sticking out from the where the stone is. And
could I make an Arcana check, see if it's like exuding any type of magic?
Yeah. Go ahead and give me give me the Arcana real quick.
11.
All right. So with an 11, you can tell that it's some sort of elemental magic in a way. Not sure which one to be exact.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and just call off to Jackson and Aarakocra.
Okay.
Bird.
Okay.
Tell the others that show the others where the rope is, and tell them not to step on it, or really activate it, or trip over anything about it. Like, cover it in some silvery powder if you have to make it noticeable. Just make sure no one activates it. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to disarm it.
You try to disarm it? So, alright. So you try to disarm it. Yeah, give me either an Arcana or a sleight of hand check.
Can I is there some way that I could do some preparations to try and give myself advantage on this?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So I'd probably spend a few, maybe up to an hour or two doing some preparation so I can try rolling with advantage.
Yeah. So you do some prep time, and as you're doing the prep time, you're still next to the bump.
I got a 12.
12. As you're trying to disarm it, an hour later, you trip another wire, and it starts to beep, 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 and then give me a dexterity.
Alright, dexterity save?
Yeah, dexterity save.
Alright, well, that did not go as planned. Nat 20!
Oh, shit!
I took an hour in preparation and was like, this is probably still gonna fail, and was like,
yeah,
it failed, and just whatever I did.
Okay. Alright. Where'd he go? Right. So, as you're,
down here.
Yeah, you're right here. Oh, sorry. You're right here. And as you're doing the tripwire, you click on something else, and there's an explosion. What? Hold on. There's an explosion. You get caught in it, but you're just in time to just, kind of run away from it. And as you do that, meanwhile, Figgy, you hear a big boom.
What the hell was that?
Rowan, what? Someone's like, oh shit. Oh shit.
What do you mean, oh shit?
That sounds like a freaking bomb.
Why do you have bombs in here?
Rowan is like, I had no idea we had bombs in here.
I'm greatly concerned for your security, but anyway, he runs out the door. But before he leaves out the door, release her. He goes investigate what the hell type of explosion that was.
Alright, so So your Tamara is Tamara is following you a little bit. What's going on? Oh, what's going on? And then like as you walk in, the first thing you see is Picard basically gets bombarded with this like explosion, and then it's kind of like there's smoke and everything, and basically kind of like so Picard receives half of 19 fire damage.
That's 9?
Yeah.
Alright. You see me do like the whole bird movement, and I come out and my wings spread out, and like there's fire on them, but they protected me from the main explosion.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, well, this isn't my first time being an explosion. Did not need it to be in my face though. Just to let people know that.
So yeah, so what happens is there's the explosion. And the radius of that explosion kind of like let's see. This wall was blown off. All of this is blown off, and the stairs are kind of blown off, including the and whatever was in that sphere. Basically, it kind of like broke and stuff, and there's a lot of debris. And Tomorrow's like, what in the bloody hell?
Someone set up a elemental explosion, and I tried to disarm it, and as you can see, that didn't go too well.
Someone set up a bomb?
Tomorrow's like,
it took like an hour.
And the moment that Figgy goes downstairs with Tamara, they start to hear 3 other explosions going off in this vicinity, and it starts to like starts to shake a bit, and like the roofs are kind of like broken off a little bit. And I was like, oh, who put bombs?
I can't tell you that. All I know is that it was here before I got here, alright? I just tried to help some people out, and it quite literally flew up in my face.
It was here before you got here. You mean we were walking around with a bunch of bombs and nobody noticed?
I mean, I didn't see anyone walk in while I was just out there in the front, and I saw this tripwire and was like, cool, let me follow it.
And you said this was just tripwire was here before we showed up, or before you actually went back to the room?
It was here before all of us started hanging out in the front, so like more than an hour.
I'm like, look.
He is currently doing time math.
Time math, like that, like girl that has all these equations, like that meme. The sky. The more you know. Alright, so so Tora like, look, if you see like a bomb next time, make sure I'm there because I'm the bombs expert.
Yeah, I probably should have asked the artificer to handle the bomb. Not gonna lie, that's pretty dumb on my half. Granted, I also did prepare for being exploded, so
I commend for you for that. I really do. who knows how much damage it would take? Oh, I mean, now you know. But that's not the point. And
I
then
think it's best if we can make sure that everyone else here in this facility is okay, because based on what I just heard, there may have been potentially more destruction that occurred. Let's go escort these people out of the room as fast as we possibly can.
yeah.
The last thing we want is being in a building that is booby trapped.
Booby trapped. Rune's like, alright, I'll and slowly as the facility starts to crumble slowly, and there's more explosions in the distance and everything, and kind of like setting up a domino effect and everything. And
you know what? On second thought, we might not have time.
Yeah, whoever set this up really wanted you guys to fall.
Yeah, no kidding. Get the other person that's out of here. We're gonna go and investigate it real quick. Figgy peeks upstairs.
Alright. Rome's like,
Just staying silent on the fact that he knows there are basically no prisoners in here.
So yeah, tomorrow goes with you because, you know, supervision and all that. And where do you want to go, Figgy? Before the blaze crumbles down.
Just back up to the place where the guards were like piling up the bodies and stuff, because those are the last known guards that he knows actually exist.
Okay. So you go over to that place, and it's actually what's he call it? Rocked in already.
Oh, it's caved in.
It's caved in, and then the where one of the rock scissors, you see like a knight's hand coming out, but like there's blood like on it.
Okay, so aside from the ones whose hand is outside, is there anyone else that's alive in there?
There's one person. My leg!
Okay, calm down, stand back as much as you can. Tomorrow, you wouldn't happen to have any bombs or anything now, would you?
Let's see. She looks in her inventory. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I have just the one. My last one, but I could probably make more later.
Alright, just hold on to that. But you might want to step back a few feet.
Alright. Okay.
He takes out the guitar, drums are really loud. T-note and cat shatter on the rock rubble.
Alright. Gonna give me an attack roll?
I don't think it's I think it's just a con save.
Oh yeah, con save. Rocks. Rocks are rocks, so rocks have constitution of +2, I think. Disadvantage a 10.
Well, they're gonna take full damage or whatever this is gonna be.
Alright. And tomorrow's gonna like go also step in and also use shatter. What they're gonna do just kind of like bang on the floor, and he's gonna cast shatter as well. Double the shatter. Why? Alright. 3D. 13 plus the half of that. So anyways, both of you kind of like work together in that, you know, casting shatter together at the same time, and that basically breaks off a lot of the rubble, and as it kind of like shift towards the sides a little bit, kind of like breaking a lot of the rocks and stuff like that. As you're going shattering the rocks, there's a bunch of dead bodies, but there's just this one guy that's actually trapped like in a little air pocket, and his leg is kind of a little bit crushed. Like, oh, my leg!
All right, are we able to step into the room?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. And where is he on the map?
Let me grab him real quick. He's like right about there. My leg.
Okay. All right. Calm down. How much debris is on the leg?
The leg, that is like 3 rocks, big ones.
Big enough to be lifted and tossed, or do they have to be rolled off, or are they impossible to lift?
Easy to be lifted off. They're just a little bit bigger than Figgy.
Okay, just give me a second. I'm gonna try to roll these off of you, okay?
And Tamar's gonna help, so give me a strength check.
Alright. Do not worry, I'm only underneath your icon. Strength check.
Hey, strength check.
Advantage because Tamara's helping, right?
Yeah. Advantage.
11.
Easy enough. You carry the rocks off of the guy's leg, and Tamara's like helping you out with that. Like, oh god, oh shit, that's.
That's a lot of damage.
And the guy slowly, like, after seeing Figgy and Tamara kind of like help him out with his leg, he kind of slowly starts to pass out. Thank you.
No, don't pass out just yet. We still need to get you out of here first.
Is he take a nap? There was like...
No, especially not on this cat. Figgy proceeds to try to pick him up.
Okay. And Tamara's gonna help you out with him. So easy enough with the help of Tamara, you actually carry the knight slowly out of there. He isn't wearing that much armor right now, but like he could like see part of his face a little bit. Thank you.
Don't mention it. We're just gonna get you out of here, and we'll patch up that leg as quick as we can. You didn't see anyone else in here now, did you?
No. Just my buddies, but oh god, my buddies.
What are they?
Looks like they're all dead.
Oh. Let's keep moving in.
Okay. I was like, damn. So yeah, you guys go over, and you guys go over to that little small area up there, and you just see Juko kind of like standing up slightly and be like, oh, explosions. And she's like, yeah, we better get out of here. Ren's like, he goes and runs. Like, I'm out of here. I don't want to die like this.
No, that's a valid thing to say. Yeah. See ya.
Hi. And then you go. Looks over at Shay. Call me. Shay's like, call you with what? I sent you something I gave you earlier. Oh? Sir? And you're supposed to also fly away.
See ya, Edgar.
Alright, so you guys... Oops, my bad. So you guys basically run out.
Yep.
Yep. Alright. Let me grab all of y'all. Wee. Alright, so copy paste. And off to Yorigo. Wee. Meanwhile, so you run out. This is the party. And you run out, and as you run out, you turn around a little bit and you kind of see the whole facility start to crumble and fall and crackle with like fire and stuff like that.
Well then.
I'm like, oh god.
Man, this is not a good day for you guys. As I look at the people of the Crimson Moon.
The Knight's like, no, all our work, no. As he kind of like, so you put the guy down, right?
Gently.
Okay. It's like, can I nap now, or is this?
Well, not with this leg looking like that, you can't.
Yeah, in certain situations, it's actually really bad to go to sleep because you might never wake up. Just little forewarning, I highly recommend you probably take a few energy situations. Just try to get as much energy as you can to keep your body alive.
Rowan is like, should probably take him to the infirmary.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the person that was wearing the demonic armor. Considering I haven't actually seen them awake, but I have seen them. You're Hanazawa, right? Is that first name?
And Hanazawa, the healing is like, you call me Akane Hanazawa? Akane?
Oh, cool. And then I look at Junko. Is this the one you were talking about?
Oh shit! So the moment that Hanazawa says the name, and Junko's like, Akane? Wait, Junko? And both of them say, how did you get here? I thought you were dead or something like that. Junko's like, I'm pretty much alive, apparently. So, armor got you crazy. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just... He was like, you weren't in control. So... But you could tell, actually give me insight, but the both of you.
Okay. 11.
I got an 8.
Okay, so Figgy could tell that Junko is a little bit angry and peeved off at Akane Hanazawa a bit. As Junko kind of like crosses her arms a little bit. I should probably not be here right now.
I don't think a lot of us should be here right now. I mean, last I checked, we all are technically probably wanted. Especially after a big explosion. There's not a lot that we can do to cover that up and not be blamed for it.
You do bring up a fair point.
Tomorrow's like, hey, it wasn't me this time.
And by this time.
I mean, I do use bombs, but just to tear down, like old ruins sometimes. Only if it's necessary.
Do you work part-time as a demolition expert?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's I have my Artemis, my flamethrower, and a couple of my last bomb.
You know what? We'll put the pin in that for later. Where's the nearest infirmary so we can check this guy in to make sure he's gets the proper care that he needs?
Rowan is like, they're about next to the garden. I could probably go and carry him, and she goes and carries Knight. I can probably I could go over there and myself with him. Tell them what happened.
All right, that's an ideal thing to do. In the meantime, I guess this will be the point where we part ways.
Right. Damn it. I'll get in the bottom of this, whoever planted those bombs.
Need that you do. And if anything, you could probably get some more cooperation with, say, the Cobalt Sons.
Yeah, I mean...
Make peace with them, they might be able to help you out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what is the headquarters?
Their headquarters? Ooh, their headquarters is... Let's see, where are their headquarters at? She's like remembers... their main headquarters is in the Aetherlands, which is about west from here. Basically bridging the border between Kalku and Thezia, the land of Thezia.
Okay, here's a better question. Where is the Cobalt Suns base stationed here in Yoru?
So there was a base up a little bit west from here. From the city.
How far of a distance are we talking? Are we talking a day's hike? Are we talking like maybe a few hours of walk?
It's more like a day or two walk from here. A day if it's like horseback. So.
Right. You know what? At this point, I'll leave it up to chance. Just contact them when you can, and maybe they'll be able to help us out.
Right.
In the meantime, Tamara, do you know
Yeah?
if Silverhand is still in this town?
I could probably check for you.
Please do.
Yeah, well, I'll try to look around and stuff too. And as for, and then looks at the orc and the tiefling. You two, would you like to lend me a hand here? Just you know. Chico's like not saying anything, and Rakan's like tired from the explosion stuff, and Tamara sees their silence, be like, forget it. All right, well, I'm gonna go alone, or you guys like to go with me?
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to provide a small escort to the infirmary. Make sure nothing bad happens.
Okay. So you guys go with Rowan, and I go search to see if Silverhand's in the city.
You can take Jackson with you. He'll join you.
That'll be appreciated. Thank you. And Chico kind of like, I'm just gonna like hide over here. Goes and hides. Just give me a minute. Like kind of like
Right.
also trying to trying to she's still tied up, so she's gonna like, I guess I'll join the hiding part. I'll lay low for now.
Wait 1 second. Hold on a tick.
Hmm?
Gets rid of the rope off of Akane.
Thank you.
No problem. You've already proven that you're not going to cause any unnecessary harm or anything, so there's no reason to keep the rope on you. To be fair, you actually evaded the worst fate, which was the mop bucket.
The mop bucket?
Seriously?
You know how effective the mop bucket was.
Yeah, but like, you're gonna deal without me?
I made you were out and doing your own thing, which I don't even know what you were doing.
Well,
I'm
apparently
guessing...
getting exploded in the face, but you know, that's besides the point.
Yeah, you know the mop bucket waits for no one.
Alright, fair enough.
So...
But I promise the next time the mop bucket decides to show up, I'll bring you along for the ride.
Alright, that's something we can live with.
What's the mop bucket? It kind of says.
Don't worry about it.
Just know that you avoided it for now.
Junko just interjects with, that sounds like a torture.
Oh, no, there's not really much a torture. There's more so of a nuisance that could potentially be a torture. There's a difference.
Alright. He'll not stare at that big a little bit and squints and then just goes and just falls asleep a little bit. Okay. Goes and falls asleep again.
And I don't know exactly what history you two had together, but I'm pretty sure whatever history you did have is a lot stronger than whatever your current emotions are right now. So, keep that in mind. Yeah?
Kind of like slowly like nods. Just... Alright.
I like just put like a sandwich in each of their pockets.
Like Connie takes it and just like starts eating it. Juko's still asleep. Well, he fell asleep anyways, like, and since they're still kind of like hurt from the sword wounds, and Connie looks down. Feel sorry for whatever the thing did through me.
Well, I don't blame you for the action that you took. To be fair, witnessing your family get massacred like that, and with no way to actually do something about it, most brave men and women would do almost anything and accept almost any offer. So you were just another cog in the wheel, so to speak. But you were strong enough to avoid it, or at least ask for help.
Yeah.
Even though you technically didn't really ask for help, it was kind of more so thrust upon you because of other reasons. But you avoided it, though, the worst case scenario, and now you know not to trust those demonic things for quite some time. But considering your circumstances, you might want to lay low and stay out of the public light for a bit, especially considering the fact that, well, you're unarmed.
Right. Right.
But in the end, I do wish that you do find justice in whatever you are searching for.
She nods. Thank you. I will lay low and at least redeem what I've done. So
I trust that you will. But we gotta take this person to the hospital. You go, good luck on your journey. And if we see each other again, we'll see each other again. I'll make sure to keep you in a memory, though. It could make for a great song one day.
She nods. And she kind of like, reaches her hand up towards Figgy with like in like a handshake. Cause she's sitting down right now. She's like, well, would you hold up to it?
Figgy shakes.
Nods and then pulls her hand away and good luck in your travels.
Indeed. There will be a lot more travels to come. The bard's work is never done.
I see.
Anyway, hospital. And
Hospital.
he goes off.
Yep. Okay. So Rowan carrying the guy with Figgy and Pick. Go with the hospital. Find the basically Rowan leading the way to the hospital and everything. And Tamara goes off on to part ways again to find the information that they need.
Yeah, she's bringing Jackson along with her.
Yeah. So you guys part ways and you guys slowly are going to be head towards the infirmary hospital area.
Mm-hmm.
As you're walking through, you kind of see the plaza kind of like a little bit empty here and there. There's a couple of Crimson Moon's what is it? Crimson Moon's what do they call it? Dang it, what's the name? Enforcers, yeah. And the enforcers. Because now you can tell the difference between an enforcer and a knight. They're like patrolling around and everything. And there's a bustling of a little bit of the town. And the people are putting up a kind of like a display for it's like they're preparing for a festival and like a lot of decorations in here and they're trying to put up and everything as you're walking through. And
is there a festival supposed to be happening soon?
Rowan's like, yeah, there's gonna be a harvest fall, festival honoring the deceased and the people that moved on.
Wow, they prepped all this in the midst of all. Wait, do these soldiers even know? I don't think they knew what happened.
I don't think they do.
Yeah, no, I was also gonna say that they're gonna have to make some more prep time. But I felt like that would have been a bad thing to say at the time being.
I mean,
The
festival's about a day or two away.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of prep time. Well, that's another cultural thing that we'll have to ask about in a bit. But how far are we from the infirmary?
Not that far. As you guys are like in front of the hospital and overseeing.
The guy's still awake.
It's like, just you glance over and the guy is awake. He's nodding off a little bit.
Can I slap him awake?
Yeah.
So I run my little bird hand across his face. Dude, we're here. You have to stay awake. No nodding off.
He jolts up with the slap. He's like, oh, hey! Rowan's like, yeah, well, we're here, so. He's like, oh, good. Does that mean my leg's gonna be okay?
Possibly. Depends on how good the healthcare is here.
Yeah, and plus you're a guard. You guys get pension plans and dental and stuff like that, right?
The special benefits, yeah. The special benefits, yeah. Ron says.
You should be fine.
Alright, and you guys walk into the hospital.
Yep.
It's just one floor. So yeah, you walk in, and through the windows you can see the greenery of like a garden that's like nearby the hospital, overseeing it. Kind of like a Japanese garden in the background with lots of greenery. And while you walking through, there in front of there's this lobby, and then there's this reception area with like about there's a few tieflings with female and male, kind of like with like nurses outfits and everything. And reception is a green tiefling, short black hair, and like kind of like these yellow golden eyes, and as he's you know typewriting some documents, he looks over. Oh, call the doctor real quick.
Damn, I gotta say, this is a pretty good service.
quickly. And then the other nurse kind of like scrambles and goes over. That man needs attention. Come on. Yes, sir. He goes in, into the thing, and then the guy, this tiefling, green tiefling, was like, quick, we'll have him in a gurney soon. For the meantime, what happened?
Eldon fell on his leg.
A what?
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. An explosion occurred in the Crimson Moose police facility, and the entire facility has now been completely collapsed. Everyone in there is dead except for the remaining survivors that are currently outside, i.e. us and a few other people. None of those are the perpetrators for the bomb that we know of.
Wait.
This soldier is the last one. He took a bomb to the face.
Oh, you like violent noises. The little bit of the face is kind of like a little scarred. Oh, we'll patch you up soon with that. Just hang on, okay? Give us about 5 minutes, and we'll get,
That's a big deal. I had a lot of fun.
What?
Ignore him.
Collapse on the floor.
What?
Can I just collapse on the floor?
Yeah. Oh god! Doctors, quick! So, anyways, you're like, okay, and then he goes and tries to check everybody's vitals and everything. Checks everyone's vitals real quick, and then eventually, there's about 5 doctors coming through. One of them is a tiefling, and some of them are tiefling. The other one is an elf, human, the only human in there, and a halfling. And you guys walk in. They walk in. They're like, oh god, quick! So they have like the basically a whole like ER, the show ER, right? Gurney, like kind of like place them on the gurney. So like we're kind of place them on the gurney, and like they kind of like they take them away and just like, what's the vital, sir? And just go like kind of like rushing into the vicinity, and Ron's like wants to go with them, and then the doctor's like, no, well, you sit down and relax, and then looks at Pick, get that one in gurney too. So they go and like pick up Pig, put him on the gurney, and be like, okay, let's go. Go.
Talk about efficient.
Yeah, these people know. These people like they're like if someone's in trouble, like oh shit. Yeah. So they gurney away, pick, and they gurney away the guy. As you're sitting in the lobby, Ron's like.
I wonder how they react when someone's actually only had a funny elbow.
I don't know. Why? Do you have funny elbow?
No, I'm fine. Just a bit exhausted is all. Just need a moment to take a seat.
Alright. Rowan also like sits down as well. There's some little bit minor slight cut, but like it's nothing major. She didn't say anything about it because the way the doctors were like, you know, how they reacted. They're like, Roman was like, I'll be fine, and then she like pokes the wound, and there's this light like coming from it, from her finger. And then it slowly starts to close up a little bit, and it starts to heal up. And then puts down her hand a little bit. Looks around a bit for a magazine or something. Finds one, and then starts to rummage through it, or like flip through it. I hope he's alright.
Doctor, is it okay if I play something on the guitar or something? Is that gonna cause a disturbance, or do I need to step outside for that?
The doctors, the nurses is like, oh, we don't mind as long as it's not too disturbing to the patients.
Oh.
I mean, you can play with, you know, it just doesn't need to be loud.
Okay, I'll try playing like a soft tune or something. Let's see, what can I practice in the meantime?
And what's with the hero thing? Drag
Oh no.
Eggs.
Eggs. Oh no. No, not Disney.
I don't know what Disney song that is, but
it's from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh god.
That one part where when Gaston is in the tavern and they're like, he's like, I'm great, look at me, I have these muscles, and I eat these bunch of eggs.
Oh, right. I was thinking of like the seal just saying eggs.
Eggs. Speaking of eggs, and speaking of practices his guitar, Rowan reading like an old magazine. You see a short dragonborn walk in, and he has his tinfoil hat, and he has his tattered clothes, and he's have a tiny little shopping cart. And in the little tiny shopping cart, there's a couple of eggs. He's like, he rings a little like bell. He's like, eggs, freshly eggs. And he's not wearing shoes. And one of the nurses is like, walks up to him. Sir, you know you can't solicit in here, right? Oh. I thought this was a marketplace. And then there's this like, it's okay. You want me to escort you to the marketplace, or? And then Dragonborn's like, I think I know where I'll be heading. I'll be going. Thank you. And then slowly starts to wheel away.
ever seen a small dragonborn with a tinfoil hat?
Yes. That was like, oh, that's James. Ever since he lost Jessie, his wife, well, he's been trying to get by with selling eggs.
You want to know something funny, like out of character?
What?
I actually have a dragonborn character named James.
Oh my god.
He does not sell eggs, though. He's a blood hunter.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That was the business before he started selling eggs.
There's just like, you know, sometimes I kind of feel bad for James the Dragonborn. But
Did his wife sell eggs, and I guess that's why he's not selling eggs?
yes.
Understandable. Biggie's just gonna nonchalantly write that down.
Alright. Nonchalantly write that down. Well, alright, so for the meantime, Pick! With Pick. So anyways, the doctors started to check what's up with your face and stuff. Oh shit, there's burns. Hold on. And as they're kind of like trying to like heal you with their like utensils and stuff, give me a con save really quick.
Alright, con save. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, I got a 4.
Alright, so even though they gave you like the healing and everything, you kind of like pass out from the procedure.
I already assumed I had already passed out, like as soon as I collapsed on the floor.
Alright. So yes. Dang. So you they kind of like bandage they kind of like do like a little bit of the bandage a little bit, and just like they put in like the gauze and everything, and you heal up for 14 HP. And
they're good at their job, at least.
yeah. So yeah, after that, you kind of like wake up to everyone get a long rest real quick. All a long rest. Okay. So
Sweet. Get my spells back. Get my health back.
yeah. And so and then they start working on the guy. So he gets knocked out because of that, you know, some sort of like anti-magic, whatever. And they work on the guy. Many hours later, probably 2 or 3 hours later, Pick wakes up in a hospital bed, and there's this nurse lady kind of like writing down, looks over at you. Oh, you're awake.
Can I do my nature check, see if I wake up Connie?
Yes. You're good.
Wow.
Alright.
My
good.
bird nature just completely burst through with a straight up 22 as I completely lose words in my head and I'm just full on bird speak.
Then they're just like, oh my, it's okay. To follow this pen. Go in front of your face and like, try to, have you follow the pen?
Does it have a shiny point on it?
Yes.
I'm just following this shiny.
Okay, good. And then she kind of like pauses a little bit and kind of like puts away the pen.
Can I just sleight of hand the pen?
Yes. Oh God. Yeah, you slide a hand. You slide a hand the freaking pen. You have a new shiny
How many
pen.
pens do I have? I
You
have
have
like
like
12 pens now.
yeah.
All the pens.
Hey, Craw, the pen collector.
The nurse is like, okay, so you should probably be. Are you fine? Or how are you feeling?
I think I'm good. Sorry about that.
You're good. Um,
Ah.
I know a couple of bird people. When I went over to the Adellands the other day, and
Mm.
they have the same, almost the same, um, thing kind of. When they go back to bird, and then they kind of like speak bird, and then I step out of it.
It doesn't help getting a whole explosion in the face. Thanks for healing me. I feel great. I should
Welcome.
probably go see my friends.
Yeah, but you should be ready to go. And as long anyways, how is your face feeling?
Uh, And then I just touch my face. Feels pretty good. Yeah.
Okay. Um. Well. Mm, I'll I'll write down that you're yeah, and then she goes and writes that down. Right. I'll tell the doctor about
With
this.
what? Last I checked, I took her pen.
She when she got the pen, she about right. She's like, what's my pen? Okay, and then she goes to the other drawer, just finds another pen, writes down. Okay. No, someone also has a shiny toy. And
Don't worry,
then,
I'm out of my bird stage. I can fight it back now.
alright. Alright, I'll let the doctor know, and, yeah. Alright, and I'll let all your friends know in a bit. And she goes out of the room, and then the doctor shows up, checks her face a little bit. Ah, alright. You can go if you want. I will let the I will document this. And I'll tell you about the night in the other room, how they're going. Okay?
Alright.
Right. And goes and leaves.
By the way, if you do end up seeing Figgy, he's kind of just balled up like a cat would be sleeping, and he's asleep.
Yes. So you head back towards the lobby, and a nurse can like give you like a glass of water. Here you go.
Thank you. Alright. And then I'm just gonna drink it.
Alright. And you see Figgy there, and then you also see Rowan kind of like in a meditative state a little bit. And, you come back to the party. A nurse and the same doctor that was with you. Doctor's like, okay, goodness, your, okay, so good news, your friend, your bird friend is okay. We healed up his face, and, as for your night friend, and then Rowan kind of like, opens one of her eyes a little bit, looks at him. Doctor says, your night friend, I checked his name. Gregory. He's gonna be fine. It's just that his left leg is fractured. Maybe take more time than normal. No. So nothing we can fix. He is stable right now. And then Rowan kind of like shakes Figgy awake a little bit. Hey.
No, I want to play with my ball a little bit more.
Shakes more. Figgy.
What's with all the rumbling? Figgy realizes the position that he's in while he's sleeping. Oh. You speak to no one that should see me like this.
Points up back at the doctors. The doctors are like looming a little bit over.
You speak to no one.
It's fine. I have a cat, an actual cat, that does this.
And that is exactly why you speak to no one. Anyway, what is the status on our bird friend and our night friend? Oh! Peek, is that you?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. The explosion was healed, and your night friend apparently is gonna need some time to recover because of a fractured leg.
Yes,
Excellent. Question. What time is it?
It is about 10 a.m.
Oh, pretty early.
When did
you... the word.
Wait a second. When did we show up here?
But 8 hours ago, so about 11 p.m.
Question: was there a dark-haired purple tiefling that showed up here at any point in time?
Look at the nurses. The nurse is like, yeah, there was one purple-haired tiefling came over here. Though she kind of like left to do some shopping, and she said she'll come back in about an hour or so, just to check up on you.
Okay. Was there a parrot or an eagle?
Yeah, that was an eagle on her head.
You just called Jackson
a parrot? Oh my god.
Only because I was looking at you, Pick.
Okay, fair enough. I do look more like a parrot than Jackson. But Jackson is an eagle, a national treasure.
National treasure.
Wait, which national treasure is an eagle?
My own country.
Your own country of multiple birds.
Yeah, we breed eagles. I raised Jackson from an egg.
You know, honestly, I would have thought you would have chosen like a griffin or something, something mythological.
Look, griffins are huge. It's kind of difficult to raise those guys, alright? They're really big and they can eat us because they're part lion.
I mean, you assume that birds don't eat other birds?
There are multiple birds that have been known to eat other birds.
Yeah, I've heard about pelicans.
Oh yeah, those guys are all sorts of questionable.
Rowan just kind of like gets out of her meditative state. She's like, you guys talk about the strangest things sometimes.
It was helped to stay safe.
The doctor's like, this is fascinating. The nurse is like, shouldn't you be working? The doctor's like, hey, it's kind of like my downtime.
See, the doc gets it. sometimes you need a little bit of downtime to avoid all the tragedy and all the chaos.
Right.
Yeah, we did just run through a whole building with Lord knows how many corpses. This is kind of a necessity.
Yes. The doctor's like, okay. If you need me, let me know, and I'll be uh, I'll be here.
We appreciate your assistance, Dot. You have been a very decent help.
You're welcome. So, and then he slowly walks away. See you soon, and then there's kind of like follows him. Runs like,
All right.
good thing he's okay.
Apparently so. Wait, actually, Doc, is there any chance that we could go see him, or is it not visiting hours?
You could see him, yes. So he's taking a nap, and we give him a cast and everything.
Alright, Rohan, I think that you go ahead and go check on your soldier.
Okay. The nurse will escort you if you want to visit him. Meantime, so you guys go and go to the room.
Yep.
All right. So the nurse kind of like leads you down the alleyway, and to your left there's a door. It's open. She goes in, kind of like off to the side a little bit, and holding like a little clipboard, and as you walk in, you see basically like kind of like the hospital bed, a little bit of the curtain closed a little bit, and basically with his leg that's broken a little bit up with the cast, and kind of like there's this sling that's coming from the ceiling a little bit, and he's kind of like a little bit, well, nodding off a bit, and he sees everybody. Oh, opens his eyes a bit. Hi guys. And then Rowan kind of like rushes over and goes to hug him.
I'm gonna inside check that.
Okay.
For funsies.
For funsies.
11.
11. So as Rowan hugs him, you can tell that she's generally concerned for this guy.
Good.
Because how the guy looks like without the armor is he has kind of like this little bit of the long blonde hair, blue eyes, and is a human. Human. And so yeah, so with like kind of like fair skin and a little bit of a chin mustache, a little bit tiny bit of stubble.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rowan kind of like releases the embrace and everything, and the guy's like, yeah, the doc said I won't be able to heal in probably in the 4 months or so, give or take.
Well, that would make sense. Even with all the magical stuff, the leg was pretty busted up bad.
Yeah. It was very painful. But yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Of course, no problem. Now there is one question that's been bothering me at this point, and I think it's something I've already asked before. Who do you think would take the time to go ahead and wire the entire place with bombs?
Rowan just shrugs. I don't know. The guy's like, I have no clue. I mean, the first thing was, we were trying to clean up the bodies, and then that were left, and then we heard, explosions, and luckily I was, like, in the, like, slightly in the middle, where not a lot of debris was, but still, my foot caught, and screams. The pain that...
It's a good thing that you at least did scream, otherwise I would not have been able to hear you through all that rubble.
Yeah.
Hey, Peek.
Yes.
Peek?
Yeah?
When you saw the wire, how old did you think that the wire was?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, did it seem like it was stuck in the wall or something like the place where you found it? Did it seem like it was there for quite a long time? Like, how much dust was on there? Did it show signs of age or anything? Like, was it pre-planted there, or was it more like that would take time to wire the whole place while we were inside?
It was just attached to the wall, running along the walls.
And it's, you could recall, give me history.
Mm-hmm.
You don't recall if it was old or not. It was just there, and it was embedded into the stone itself.
Yeah, literally, I just took a glance. Me and Jackson both saw it, and I just followed it because it piqued my interest, and I saw that it was attached to a bomb. So I told Jackson to make sure no one tripped it as I tried to disarm it.
Did the bomb seem old?
It was elemental magic, and it just blew up in my face.
In flames, apparently.
Elemental magic bomb that was triggered by a wire? That's the first I've heard of it.
How intricate was it?
Well, I took an hour of preparation and I still accidentally set it off, so you know.
Oh. Well.
That is quite a lot.
Whoever rigged the complex, might have been an inside job.
Actually, wait. There is one thing that I've... Hold on. Something's bothering me. I think I remember something. Figgy is gonna attempt to roll a history check to see if he remembers a small little individual with white hair that was in the room along with the others.
Okay.
Before the battle with Hakade.
The halfling? Or the halfling, right?
Yep.
The guy that walked past me.
Yeah. Okay.
14.
So we remember the guy with the white hair. Remember his name, Ryu. I mean Rio, sorry, Rio. R-Y-O. Says something about, oh, I gotta dip. See you later. And then under his breath, you remember, I should really plant those bombs.
a minute. I think I heard a snake.
What? Where? I'm not good with snakes.
And also,
Well,
under his breath, he also says something. Oh, gotta tell Koga about this. Just for insurance policy. For insurance. Compromised.
Miss Rohan,
Hmm?
you had someone underneath your employee by the name of Ryo, correct?
Yeah, he's one of the lieutenants.
Who's Rio?
You know,
Well,
white-haired halfling, albino.
Oh, that little short guy. Wait, was that his name? I
Uh,
don't think so, but that's besides the point.
yeah, he's well, he's Koga's right-hand man.
how long has he been with the force?
Well, before I joined, so, like 10 years now?
Wow.
And,
Did did he seem sort of on the up and up, or did you catch certain vibes off of this man?
well, he usually keeps to himself a lot. Um, though he's always, taking orders from the big man, Koga. Um, never falters in his loyalty towards him.
I see. Did he ever get off vibes of, like, say, sinister intent or anything like that?
Appear to be a little bit shady to me, but you know, he's playing it
Well,
a little bit shady.
yeah.
But I'm not
Well,
sure if it's my head or not. So yeah,
Would you say he's a brown noser?
brown noser.
A brown noser.
Rowan.
I'm not too familiar with that term.
No, me neither.
No, it's a fairly new term I've been learning. It basically means that they suck up to people in charge. I haven't really had the chance to use it since the last town, but like now seems like a good time to use it.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, he takes Koga's commands without thought, without a second thought.
Hmm.
Well, this person that is a brown-nosing snake might be able to lay a few eggs that are rather explosive if you catch my drift.
Mm-hmm.
It is my guess and belief that that particular individual ran out of the building and may have been the one that potentially bombed the building from the inside out. I know this because I managed to overhear the little snippet of his breath, breath murmuring words. And one of those things he said was he wanted to bomb the place.
But for what reason?
For the reason I'm not entirely certain 100%, but it may also have to do with some fraud. And the reason I say that is because he mentioned something about speaking to Mr. Koga. And then uttering a phrase called, uh, free something. Something was free, but I forget what it was. not free parking or anything like that, but something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. Um, you could try to find
But either
him.
way, that individual is not to be trusted. If he's
Mm-hmm.
willing to go ahead and put bombs in his own police facility, then that means he is of no good. Not to mention, if he's using or at least working with Mr. Koga, also not very good.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm starting to question Koga's motives.
As you should. From what it sounds like, Mr. Koga is not an individual to be trusted in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Hmm. And then it's at this time where Tamara enters the hospital, with like a little like box of food. Yeah, Jackson is like on her head again, flapping his wings. Sees Pig, goes and flies up to him, goes on his head.
Oh, hey, buddy.
Points at the food. We're like, oh, there you are. I went out and bring some like breakfast. As she like comes over you guys and puts down like the little box of food.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Um, I got something to say. And she sits down and takes like little like package bun and just opens it, eats it. Well, so out of character, what you guys wanted her to do? Sorry. Oh yeah, right, Silverhand. Okay, so I've been up and down the city a little bit, sneaking here and there, and if I haven't heard anything about Silverhand being here, so he might be still coming from Sandathu, but yeah, so there's no talks about Silverhand being here. So.
Well then. No Cobalt Suns in the vicinity. The Crimson Moons are all but disbanded. And their chief is nowhere to be found. And we just found out that one of the individuals that used to be working for, that works for Mr. Koga, is also nowhere to be found. A white-haired tiefling by the name of Rio.
Yeah.
Well, not tiefling, but halfling. White-haired halfling by the name of Rio.
Yeah, you know, the guy that walked past me to you, right, Kamar?
Oh, that short stack. He's a bit of a handful, that's what I've heard. But otherwise, that's what I've heard from.
Yeah, well, what you heard was possibly correct, because he was the one that rigged the entire place to blow.
Oh shit! Really? Wow.
Look at him stealing your stick.
Okay, so were the bombs? Did he make the bombs themselves?
Not really sure. It seems to have been elemental magic.
Regardless if he was the one that made the bombs or not, we do know that he was the one that planted them all across the police station. My guess is he probably had planned to do this from the start, but either A, knew that Akane was coming, so they act as a perfect distraction so that we can get away with it scot-free, or B, did not count on Akane coming in at all, which put an unusually difficult monkey wrench in the plan, provided he wasn't going to get killed in the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes I amaze myself with my own guessing skills. It makes perfect sense.
We should have been a detective, maybe. After all this.
All the while, Pick is just thinking in his head, yeah, Akane was a really great distraction. I managed to get so many people out of cages.
So many people out of
Perhaps I
cages.
was a detective in a previous life, but that's behind me now. Aside from that, the question then remains: did Koga sign off on that, or was this as a separate thing that Rio had planned to do from the start?
I don't know. If he's a brown noser, this seems like he's probably filling out a thought process of the main guy.
Tomorrow's like, maybe the Koga planned it for some, or it could be of his own volition. Violation. So
that is possible as well. But there is one thing that has brought my attention that has me puzzled. He takes out the list of he takes out the small list of assassinations against the Hanazawas.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the one that made? Oh, this was a list that we found in Mr. Koga's office, detailing various crimes and forgeries that he has made in the past. This one particularly is an assassination list, and most of this list consists of Hanazawas. Now the question remains: who did he hire to do the job, and also who was the author that made this?
I was like, let me see the list real quick.
Hands over the list.
She reads the list and yeah, I've heard rumors about this. There's mysterious assassin with an X mark on his face.
X marks the spot.
At least one account, the only survivor. Actually no, more of a witness.
Yeah.
Though they kind of like off themselves because of what they've seen, but the only name that they've got is Himura. So, and then hands back the list to Figgy.
Himura Hanazawa?
Just it seems to be a last name of Himura.
Himura. I'll keep this in mind.
Rowan's like, wait a second. Himura, and then she remembers, oh, that guy. Oh god.
You alright?
And I don't know him personally, but I've heard that Koga hires that guy for weird jobs. His first name is Toshio, last name is Himura.
Hoshio Himura, an odd guy that gets asked to do things that normally would be too much of a hassle for other people to do. Have you seen him around once or twice?
Just once. Though he usually keeps to himself a lot and doesn't talk too much.
I see.
Yeah, he's, I don't know, he's a mysterious guy. I don't know much about him. Just know that I just saw him once. Kind of like a long orange red hair, tiny ponytail, blue eyes.
I see. You wouldn't happen to know, when was the last time you saw him, correct?
Roughly about a year ago. Like, basically a year after I joined the Crimson Moons.
Interesting. Figgy's currently puzzling this all together in his head now.
Another cork board gets placed up with new strands of line.
Yes. Everyone's like, so if you guys like, you can. I could probably stay here with Gregory to see how he'll be.
That might be the best course of action for right now. Because I think the only thing that we need to do now is make our way over the Silent Peak.
Right.
Yeah, just out of curiosity, does Gregory have a family and has anyone notified them?
Not yet. Rowan's like,
which part of the family are they notifying?
well, Rowan's like, Gregory had a wife, has a wife actually. No kids yet, but you know.
You said has a wife?
Yeah, he has a wife. I'll notify his wife soon as I walk out of here. Yeah.
Well, whatever the case may be, we'll keep an eye out just in case. But for now, we have other pressing matters to attend to. Take good care of your soldier friend there.
Alright.
I think it's time for us to get ready to head to One Silent Peak.
Right. Wish you luck. Wherever you're going. Alright.
I don't know. Maybe we'll be fine.
Mayhaps. Mayhaps we'll be alright.
So, you guys get out of the hospital with Tamara. She's still bringing the food on the road. Food is important on the road. So you guys head over, and Tamara's like, oh, the only way is probably north. Sort of. As you guys walk and stuff like that.
Yep.
Well, you walk up, and there's, people bustling still with, they're the last of, like, the festival, preparations and everything. You see kind of like sweets and stuff kind of like being brought there, and like different types of like confetti and like different types of like costumes and everything, and bustling over the city. And as you slowly leave the city, kind of like it like opens up a little bit with the gate, kind of like there's 2 guards there. There are knights, and they look at you. They're like, "When are you heading off?"
Just go to look at some things out of curiosity. Nothing more, nothing less. No harm will come to you guys or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Just make sure you're safe. And then they kind of like open the gates and stuff, and you go inside. Outside. As you go outside, there's some houses in the outskirts a little bit with shrubs and kind of like turns out there's a little bit of an open space with like a little bit of the foresty like in the background. As you walking upwards, there's less and less houses, and you eventually see a couple of grazing cows and stuff like that, and some farm stuff and everything. But eventually you get to about for a little bit of distance from the city. As you're walking out, give me a perception.
All right. Where did my mouse go?
Did you bat it around too much?
No.
16.
21.
Alright. And 16? Cool. 23.
Jackson got 16, I got 23.
As you walk into that area, cutscene time. Cutscene time. Cutscene. Alright. So, as you walk, you see in the distance, this is a cutscene, Fenris and Klain. You see Fenris, Klain kind of gets stabbed through the heart by Fenrir.
Hey, wasn't this in the dream?
Yeah, it was, and unfortunately, this is not a dream anymore. He proceeds to run up towards it.
I shoot an arrow.
Hold on. Oops, my bad. Hold on.
Epic music.
So Fenris just stabs Kling in the chest, and you just hear Fenris say, "No!" And Klain, kind of like with his last limb and leg, kind of like slowly, with his eyes, and just like, "God damn it, I wasn't too strong enough." And he slowly falls on the floor as Fenrir kind of like, takes off the spear, kind of like twirls it around, and be like, "Oh, such a nuisance," with his like mask and everything. And
don't set yourself on all that edge.
Alright,
How far are we
and
from this?
you are about 50 feet. Alright.
50 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so before he does anything else, Biggie is gonna attempt to use the amulet to cast Scorching Ray on it.
And I'm trying to shoot arrow.
Alright. So as you do that, you also see 4 enforcers behind them. And the 4 enforcers are watching this. And their eyes are kind of like glowing a little bit light purple. But yeah, you do this, so what are you guys doing? Sorry.
I'm casting Scorcher Ray on Fenrir.
Okay.
And I'm shooting my bow and arrow.
Okay. So give me an attack roll for yours, and then roll me initiative.
Number 1.
Alright.
Number 2.
Alright.
Number 3. So 24, 22, and 26.
Alright. Let me see if it hit the guy. All of them hit. Actually, yeah, all of them hit. Alright. So, all of those hit. The scorching rays. Give me the damage for that one.
Number 1 is 10.
10, alright.
Number 2 is 5.
10.
Number 3 is 7. So 22 damage.
Alright. Alright. So so give me the damage for the longbow, alright?
Alright, cool. So that hits, so that's 6 piercing, and it is, I gotta roll a d10 for the element and a d6 for the damage.
10.
So I rolled a 10.
That is force damage.
2 force damage.
2. Alright. Oops. I meant to do. Alright, so 22. Figure what? Yeah, let's see. Initiative for yours.
I'm about to roll mine now.
Yep.
12.
Alright. Initiative is 12. 6 is Tamara. And then for Fenrir. Fenris. Cool. Alright. So. Okay. Oops. Tamara is. Oh, it was 6, sorry. And Fenris. Also 6. Fenris goes first because they have a. Alright. So, as the first shots are fired, and right, they hit him on the chest as he recoils back, and he's like, ah, looks at the crew that's, going towards. Fenris looks back, guys, and Fenris is like,
You know, you became a real pain in the ass for not showing up these last couple of days.
Fenris is like, I am sorry. I was like, oh.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
And
Save the apologies for later.
Fenrir is like, no, you don't. And then kind of looks over to the enforcers with the glowing eyes, kind of like, get 'em, boys! As the enforcers start to shift out of their like human shapes and transform into this werewolf state. Let me go over here.
Is that typical for these guys, or is this just like a specific imp deal? Can I make like an insight check to figure that out?
I'm guessing it's probably specific to him. I mean, he does have a wolf mask.
Yeah.
Just moves the token over to reveal.
Yeah. And let me add the werewolves. Alright. Let me grab. Wolfpack!
I don't feel too good in this situation. Again, I don't like werewolves all that much.
Well, we dealt with him before. We can deal with him again.
Bye.
Was just one werewolf.
Alright. So with that, as you guys kick off with that, with that, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause the session for next time.
Green Arrow reference as I shoot my bow. You have failed this city.
And basically, so as Clay kind of like falls on the floor, in his perspective, he hears the scorching ray and the longbow, and his vision starts to kind of like blur a little bit as he kind of looks back, and he sees Figgy, and Pick and Tamara come in, and through Tamara's eyes, you can actually, the both of you, give me perception or insight to see.
Perception.
Mm-hmm.
Same here. 26.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I rolled an 8, so may I opt to do insight instead?
Yeah, go ahead.
16 on insight.
Alright, so both of you can tell that Tamara, her face, kind of like this rage and anger through Tamara's voice. She says, "No, how dare you!" And that is, I'm gonna go ahead and just pause it.
Sure. That is a perfect time to pause, because at this point, Figgy would have probably already just like took out the guitar.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that very low rumble of like guitar playing that just happens before like metal happens?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty much like that.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to do the initiative for Claim. It's your boy, Claim.
He's down on the floor. He doesn't care.
Depends. Hold on a second. Rulers.
All the rulers. He's 40 feet.
I can make it.
Yeah.
Shoot, so can I.
Oh, okay. 10.
Wouldn't do me any good. I don't have any healing spells or anything, but like, I can make it.
And we go ahead and put that turn.
You can provide support. Long range support.
That is my job, essentially.
Alright. So we'll pick it up, you know, on the next,
So
episode.
that would be in, according to this here calendar, June.
Mhm.
June.
In June.
2 weeks, right?
Yep.
Alright.
Technically, it would have been the 28th, so we're doing the 28th today, and we're gonna be back on the 4th of June.
Yeah. So, thank you guys for watching, audience. Hopefully, we'll see you on the next episode of Spinoff Adventures, aka Dragons of Varkaril. Stay tuned. And
AKA, we're finally almost at the doors of the hill that is silent on a
mhm,
peak.
on a peak. And so yeah, we'll see what happens in this epic fight. Alright.
You shall see indeed.
Alright.